have an entire floral collection. We're going to start with the ring, and then I have the stretch rings, I have earrings, and we're going to show the earrings as well with this. And I've got a really beautiful necklace. Okay, we've already sold half our quantity in the carved ring. $49.90. It's one of the most affordable rings you're going to find in our Age of Amber shows. And Jessica, please, if you will, describe how complicated this ring is to create.
Oh, well, first of all, it starts with a huge chunk of amber to be able to carve that ring from it. The other thing is, I mean, imagine being the artisan that's getting in there with this little tiny tool inside and has to make a perfect design. It's not easy.
Oh, I can't imagine. Now, explain what they're doing, because a lot of people have not been introduced to this concept of how they're carving it.
Okay. Well, it's almost like a little dental tool. And they just carve from behind. First, they heat it so you get that darker coating on the back. That's still amber. I mean, it's nothing that's applied to it. The amber naturally changes that color. And then by gently scraping it away and carving into it, you're actually taking away the dark color.
So when you're thinking about it, when you paint a picture, when people paint, they paint from the back of the picture to the front of like a rose. So you start with the back and you paint up. When you do this, you have to reverse your thinking. You're painting backwards when you carve, or you're carving backwards. So imagine, it's like a cameo,
it's
really.
Like a negative you're making, basically.
Right, that's a great point. Like, for example, this is what they start with, and they have to scrape away only so much and make sure they leave some of this darkness here to create the flower. And that's a lot of flower you had them carve in this ring. You didn't just do one in the center. They probably would have been happy with the one.
That would have been too easy.
Oh, that's a great shot. So explain what we're seeing there.
Okay, that's the front of the ring. You can kind of see a little bit of inclusions in there, but again, we tried to sort out as much of the clear amber as we possibly can.
Right.
So otherwise, the Intaglio is not going to show up as well.
Yeah, and I think that's important for you to understand, too, because a lot of times when you see amber, why is it popular? It's because of what you mostly see, it has inclusions. It has all the stuff in it. Well, then you guys decide to do this crazy carving and to really see the picture, or it could be the animal print that you had carved in the bracelet you designed. You have to find clear amber.
It's hard to find when you're looking for it.
Exactly. All of a sudden, you're like, really? You want us to find clear amber? Most amber will find particles in it, have particles in it. So that makes this amber specifically even rarer.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? It's got, you got to kind of get your head around the concept, because it's like, you're right. Most amber has inclusions. So now you're asking for the clearest amber she can get to be able to really show off this great carving.
Exactly.
And just imagine this. And as if you missed out, please go up one size in this, okay? If you have a bigger knuckle, unless your knuckle's really nice and slim, you can use your size, but I would recommend going up a size. But now imagine this. There's an artist who has to get a tool inside here and carve the design. That's not printed. It's actually someone in with a little tool in here carving all of this out, working in the interior of a ring, in a circle.
It's especially hard when you get down to the size 5 and 6. That opening's not very big.
I bet you have a lot of fans. They're like, oh, great. Jessica wants us to carve an entire scene inside this little ring.
It's a challenge.
Oh, it is. But you know what? The result is spectacular.
It's worth it. I love that ring.
Oh, absolutely. So does everybody else. All right, about 400 have been ordered. We're getting very limited on this. If this is your choice in the show, it's the only one like it, by the way. We have nothing else that even comes close to a really cool band ring like this. You know, Jessica, when people see jewelry like this in your pieces that you design, what's the typical comment that you hear?
A lot of wow. That's a lot of amber.
Yeah.
Usually when people work with amber, they don't get to work with as much amber as I do, like big pieces.
Right, right.
That's pretty much the biggest comment. I mean, I try and do things that are very unique, but I also try to keep it classic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But you know what's cool, too, is the amber, in a way, magnifies the flowers on here.
Oh, yeah,
like when you look at it, it's almost like glass would be. It magnifies the design. Oh, girl, you're going to love it. You will look down deep into this ring. It's just a stunning, stunning design. So anyway, this one's getting a bit limited. I do ask that you stay in the